Greetings, Quester, and welcome to Tiny Meeples' Big Talk with Matt and Richard.
Welcome to Tiny Meeples' Big Talk, where this time, instead of talking about games that are in a box and on cardboard and all things like that, and miniatures that are painted, we're going to talk about computer games for once.
Yes.
And in particular, video game crossovers. And do you want to explain what that's about?
Yep. Now, we're not talking about video game crossovers that are actually out there, like Marvel vs. Capcom, for example. We're actually talking about ones that we haven't seen but we'd like to see. And rather than merging two entire universes, we're talking about taking a character from one game franchise or one game universe and putting them straight into another universe.
Yeah, and just basically the game will be starring them.
Yeah.
So, and some of these, we didn't know that we'd like to see it until we actually really thought about it.
Yeah. And some of them we really thought about.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to come out on a limb here and say I reckon there's going to be some crossover between the games that you were thinking about and the games that I was thinking about. Now, I haven't seen your list, you haven't seen my list.
Nope.
And we're going to keep it that way. But all things shall be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
There is a couple in my list where I was thinking about what universe I'd like to put them in, and there was a couple of characters that I thought I'd like to see in a particular universe. Only two have got that kind of crossover, but I'll explain that as we come to it.
I just thought some of them were funny.
Some of the ones on my list... Well, I say some of the ones that are on my list. Some of the ones that aren't included on my list are because I thought you might have put them on your list.
Right, we'll see if I've filled in the gaps in your list then.
Okay, let's do this. Hadouken!
Okay.
Richard.
Right, my first one I'm going to say is Prince of Persia in Deus Ex.
Sweet.
Now, my particular reason for that is that there's a lot of decisions to make in Deus Ex, and sometimes they turn out not quite the way that you wanted. I was thinking particularly about whether or not to give someone that little drug thing, and then they really hate you after that and like try to kill you or something. And I just thought the Prince of Persia, if you regret something, you can just go backwards.
Well, that is what the save game function's there for.
There is save games, yeah. But what I was thinking was make it a bit similar to the game Life is Strange, where this girl has time powers, but the Prince of Persia has also other good stuff like running on the wall and stuff like that. But in Life is Strange, you can talk to someone, you find something out about them, then you rewind time, and then you start the conversation knowing what you know. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good to do that. So I think in Deus Ex, Prince of Persia could do quite well.
Well, there we are. There's Richard's number one. Now, I actually did think about both of those games when I was compiling my list. I thought your first one might be my first one. Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah.
Not just in anything.
No, yeah. Well, this entire list could be Tifa Lockhart in anything.
Yeah.
So.
That's a different
saying.
video. But there was two universes I'd particularly like to see Tifa Lockhart in. One was the universe of Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
And this is basically because I want to see Tifa beat the living snot out of some stormtroopers.
She'd be like the blind guy in Rogue One.
That's what I was thinking. So like kind of a Force Adept level.
Yeah,
but I thought it'd be pretty fun to see her beating the hell out of some stormtroopers for a bit.
Yeah, that would work.
The other thing I'd like to see her in is Arkham Asylum. Or basically any of the Arkham games.
Any of the Arkham games, but like
running around fighting.
Yeah,
just running around clearing up Bat's mess. I mean, Bats takes prisoners.
Yeah.
Tifa would clean town pretty fast.
Yeah, she wouldn't take any nonsense, would she? I mean, she does give Cloud a lecture sometimes, so that basically the Joker would feel very put in his place, I think. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I did think a lot about Final Fantasy characters. But...
And then you decided we'd make this list.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I just thought there's so many of them, and I'd like them to be in so many different games and stuff. And basically, Kingdom Hearts kind of did it a little bit. So, but yeah, that's an interesting one. So my next one is Lara Croft in Assassin's Creed,
and that's our first. Well, I say crossover. I actually thought of that, but didn't write it down because I thought you were going to come up with it.
Nice, you did think of it. Yeah. Now
I know my co-host.
There is two reasons for that.
Let's hear them. When you say two reasons.
Come on. The first reason is that I think it'd be fun for her to be actually in the past, because like she's an archaeologist and I was thinking of her being like the Ezio type character or the Altair, rather than the person in the Animus. Although that would also be pretty good. So then she can actually see history. She can actually get artifacts back when they were new, stuff like that. Also, there's the fact that she carries 2 guns around with her all the time, and I think it would be a bit like the scene in Indiana Jones when the guy's got the sword and then just goes and I just imagine like all these knights with swords, and then she's in the middle doing like gun cutter from Equilibrium, and just like there'd be piles of dead knights all around. Yeah,
I also thought that, and partly because again, Assassin's Creed has puzzles in it. There's a lot of climbing in it. Lara would be brilliant for that.
It's
and
similar games, isn't it?
You're only going to make a game better by adding Lara Croft.
Yeah, any of these could do that. Yeah.
So on to my next game.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take Sonic the Hedgehog and put him in Alien Isolation.
Oh man, that would be funny. Yeah,
stay with me here, right?
That's a great game.
Getting somebody who takes out bad guys by charging into them at high speeds, and those bad guys being full of acid, it does have definite issues.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like how he would do a spin dash, drop down on someone and leap off as they exploded.
Mm-hmm.
I was assuming he was fast enough to get away before the acid blood took out our favourite hedgehog.
Yeah, actually. And
but I want to see him spin dash a xenomorph.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Make it happen.
Yeah, and he's so fast. Like, I don't think it could catch up with him anyway, even if he did kind of need to run away. And there are those synths in Alien Isolation, and I imagine them going off like the robots in Sonic, just like poo poo, and then like hit a xenomorph after that.
How fun would that be?
Yeah,
make it happen,
that would
Sega.
be very fun. Yeah. Another one. This one I just thought just for me was Darth Vader from Battlefront in Star Trek Online. Now that's a game that I like, and but I just think it would really mess with everybody's heads if suddenly Vader was there storming through using the Force on everyone, because like no one else has got the Force in Star Trek, and I just thought that could be fun just to annoy everyone in an MMO. So that's just a little one for me.
Right, for me, Mario. Famously known as one of the Mario brothers.
Yeah.
2 games I wanted to see Mario in.
Mm-hmm.
First one, basically any game involving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. Oh yeah, it's a Koopa. Yeah, and Bowser. Yeah, whatever he's called.
I thought that would be fun.
That's like his nightmare.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wanted to mentally torture a beloved Italian plumber. So Mario in TMNT. The other one I really wanted to see him in was Resident Evil.
Mario.
You got it on there!
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't think you'd get that.
Amazing. Yeah. It's just a funny idea, isn't it?
Well, it's them running around, dropping on people and running off.
Yeah, basically
with
just
zombies.
jumping on the zombies' heads. Yeah. Or just being really traumatised.
Yeah. I just think that would be, he's looking for Peach, he doesn't know where Luigi is. It would just be fun.
And I was thinking of there being a zombified Waluigi after him. That would be
or zombie
scary.
Bowser.
Yeah, that would be terrible as well. So yeah, I think basically we both want to traumatise Mario, really. He just shouldn't be so happy and dressed so brightly. And then we wouldn't put him in such dark games. Yeah.
There is a certain irony, isn't it, though, to taking such a bright, cheerful, happy character and putting them in the darkest universe you can think of.
Yeah, that's a good one. My next one's similar. Sonic and Tails in Call of Duty.
So we've both got a Sonic, we've both got a Mario.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of them both together. Because I was thinking of I haven't really done Call of Duty. First-person shooters aren't really my thing, but I was thinking of the original, World War II one with Sonic and Tails in the middle of that.
Can you imagine, though, you're in the trenches, you've just survived mustard gas, and all of a sudden a bright blue hedgehog goes flying past you.
Yeah, that's it. I was just wondering how that would go, and also the fact that they're 2 friends that have gone off to war. So basically imagine Sonic I go, no! With the dead Tails there, or something like that.
Poor Tails! Why did Tails have to die?
Because he's the sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the
realistically...
sidekick's always the first to go.
Yeah, which one's going to die? Or Tails could just fly... He could be in the Battle of Britain, just spinning his tail. Okay,
so on to my next one.
Mm-hmm.
Ezio Auditore di Firenze.
Oh, that's Assassin's Creed 2 guy.
In Tomb Raider!
Oh no! Opposite!
Well,
It's opposite land.
if Lara's in Assassin's Creed, then we need an Ezio in Tomb Raider.
It leaves a gap in that.
Obviously, he's going to be he's going to know where to go and dig up because he'll know where all the buried cities are from his time.
He's going to be angry that everything's got so old.
Yeah. He's going to again like one of the reasons I put Lara into one of the reasons I thought Lara in Assassin's Creed would be good would because of she's good at climbing, she's good at solving puzzles. Well, so's Ezio.
Yeah,
he does it with hidden daggers.
Yeah, he has the daggers. I mean, I was wanting Lara with her guns to be in Assassin's Creed, but Ezio with the 2 daggers in Tomb Raider, that would be interesting as well. And his stealth skills, finding
relics, going through tombs. I mean, it's not a far leap, is it, from some of his adventures in the Assassin's Creed games?
Oh, really?
So I thought, Ezio Auditore to Firenze. So I'm counting that as some crossover.
Yeah. Okay. Great. My next one's another one that I just thought was funny. Sora, Donald, and Goofy from Kingdom Hearts in Grand Theft Auto.
Talk us through this, Richard. Talk us through it.
Well, I just thought of cartoon characters stealing cars and shooting unarmed people.
Riding dirty.
I don't know what the kind of stuff that goes off in Grand Theft Auto. It would just be if Disney characters were doing it. Just that would just be very funny. So yeah, I thought that, and also traumatizing as well. I mean, we traumatized Mario. We've got to do a similar thing to Sora, Donald, and Goofy. I was just thinking what Kingdom Hearts characters would be. I thought of Mickey, but then he's not really the main one. But those 3 being the main ones, and I can just imagine Goofy getting arrested and me going like, "Gosh!" and then Donald trying to break him out of prison. Yeah, okay.
So we've had Tifa Lockhart cleaning up the streets of Arkham.
Yes.
I want to see Batman in Skyrim.
Batman in Skyrim.
Think about it. All those gadgets that no one else is going to have. Actually, I want to see Batman fight a dragon.
Yeah, Batman fighting a dragon.
You can't tell me that's not going to be a fun game to play.
That would be a fun game to play, yeah. I imagine he would join the Dark Brotherhood pretty quickly in that, for all the sneaking around. Not the Thieves Guild so much. Yeah, I could imagine him in that universe, and I think Batman would do well against any enemy, wouldn't he, really? So yeah, defeating a dragon. Now, my next one is the Dragonborn from Skyrim, but in Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay,
which is one of my favourite Star Wars games. It's very much an RPG, that game. So that's why I thought the Dragonborn would be quite interesting to be in that universe. He doesn't have the Force, but he has shouts, like these dragon shouts, and I just thought it would be interesting for there to be a Dark Jedi go against him, and then he just goes, "What?" Oh, I can't remember what he said. Like, "Thoom!"
Don't do it! Don't break the rule!
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Don't say the words, man!
Yeah, you've got a lot of these precious games.
Yeah!
Voda! Yeah. So yeah, I just thought that'd be interesting just to see what happens.
Really. A Dragonborn in Knights of the Old Republic.
He may die straight away, but hopefully not. Okay,
this is the second time this character's getting a mention. Lara Croft.
Well, we have to mention her a few times.
Yeah. Now, there was 2 games that I wanted to see her in, and I'll explain why. First of all, Arkham City.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd quite like to see Lara Croft
flown in there as a political prisoner.
In the streets of Arkham, cleaning up Arkham, fighting the Joker, solving the Riddler's puzzles.
Well, she'd shoot them all dead. I mean, she doesn't have Batman's scruples, really, does she?
But can you just imagine Lara trying to engage in a battle of wits with someone like the Riddler?
Yeah, I mean...
Work out his traps and everything. I think she'd be pretty cool. So
she'd do it a lot quicker, I think. I mean, she's pretty clever. I mean, especially in the new ones, she's properly been to university and stuff. I know Batman has.
Yeah. But yeah, so Lara Croft in Arkham City. The other place I wanted to put Lara Croft, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad we both thought about that game.
That, again, is my favourite Star Wars game. It's incredible. Both 1 and 2 Knights of the Old Republic are both fantastic.
And you can get them on the tablet
I love
now.
the idea.
I've been replaying it.
Yeah.
Great.
But just imagine having a game where Lara Croft is exploring, an old buried Sith temple.
Yeah.
How epic would that be? I mean, that's got to be up there with the best.
Yeah, actually, that Sith temple is pretty good. Yeah, the Sith Academy. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
So there we are, Lara Croft in Arkham City and Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, she would pretty much very soon discover all the secrets of the Sith.
Yeah.
She should know more about them than they did. Yeah, that was cool. Now this one, not so much a crazy one, but I thought they'd really fit in really well, is Link and Zelda, both of them, in Shadow of the Colossus.
Interesting.
Now, Shadow of the Colossus, basically the main guy, I think his name's Wanda, so he faces off against these giants, and it's because he wants to bring back to life his dead girlfriend. A great role for Zelda, because like
he
Link's
wants
always
Zelda to be dead?
Yeah, but with Link trying to revive her, so she's the corpse. And but yeah, because a lot of it is like,
Well, she's doing better than Princess Peach with Mario in.
well, it's just I've seen that there's been a lot of memes and stuff about like Link spending ages learning how to fish, and then Zelda going, "Where are you? I need to get rescued." And it just reminded me of Shadow of the Colossus, where, yeah, it's very much the princess or whatever she is, the girl from the tribe. She is kind of back at the temple, and you're doing so much to try and save her, and it just reminded me of Legend of Zelda, and I thought there'd be a bit of a cartoon element to go in there. Yeah.
So there we are. Now I'm down to my last two here.
I have two, but then I've got my all-time what I've put Crash Bandicoot in, because we were talking before and I was saying that I found it difficult not to just put Crash Bandicoot in everything just because it'd be so funny. So I'm saving the one that I
You're
did
saving the
put him
best
in.
till last.
Yeah, until last. Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, I will reveal Adam Jensen
From what?
from Deus Ex,
Yeah.
Human Revolution.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I
Now-
always think of JC Denton. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, well Denton was from the first Deus Ex
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
and
So
I love both of those games. They're both incredible.
this is the guy with that carbon fiber blade thing and everything. Yeah.
I want to see him in Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, lots of sneaking.
Lots of sneaking around. His tech will be really useful.
He's
I
got
just-
more tech than Snake, hasn't he?
Yeah, I definitely think he could do a better job than Snake.
Ooh, okay.
I'm putting it out there, internet.
Come get me. Come get you.
Do
I
your
didn't say
worst
it.
to that guy.
No. You're going to edit it so it sounds like I'm saying it. Alright, so yeah.
And next
that
on
was
Richard's
interesting.
controversial gaming views.
Right, now mine is Manny from Grim Fandango, who's basically a skeleton type, hard-boiled PI type guy. He's pretty cool. In Need for Speed Carbon. I just thought it'd be interesting. An interesting image. I like the. I don't play many racing games, but I've always liked Need for Speed. Need for Speed Carbon was mostly set at night, and I can just imagine him like turning up in a very tricked out car to a race, and then everybody looking, and it's just a skeleton behind the wheel. I just thought that'd be pretty good. So what's your next one?
And the last one I've got on this list, Starkiller. From The Force Unleashed.
He was awesome.
He was pretty tough. Possibly overpowered.
He was a bit
But-
OP, wasn't he? I mean, it was the Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
And it is the Force. So
And I'd like to see him in any Warhammer game.
yeah. Really good.
Now, if you're not familiar with Warhammer or the 40k universe, I was thinking more 40k than Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you've got a ship full of Tyranids. Send in Starkiller.
Yeah.
Starkiller.
Starkiller.
He goes through, tears up all the Tau, the Eldar.
Mm.
He could take out the Necrons.
I know the awesome thing about it is most of the time Vader's told him to do it.
And there is an Emperor in both universes.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, a rotting Emperor and another rotting Emperor. So, yeah, that's great.
So Starkiller, basically in any Warhammer game, would be pretty epic. But I mean, he would be going through carving up enemies left, right, and centre. There are people in the Warhammer universe who would give him a good fight, but I would just expect him to tear through anywhere.
Librarian type guys and stuff. Yeah, they would. Yeah. So my one, a little bit similar. Well, not really. The Teuton faction from Age of Empires 2 in any Facebook farming game. I just thought it would be interesting for like people to be growing crops and stuff, and then they're just kind of building a fort and like burning things down and going streetent and stuff.
Yeah.
I've just always liked that faction from Age of Empires, and I just thought it would be funny for lots of like random characters from a game to swarm into another game and ruin it for everybody. So yeah, that was that. And my one that I decided to put Crash Bandicoot in was Metal Gear Solid.
Gotcha!
Yeah, I know, you've already done a Metal Gear Solid, but I just thought, who's the least stealthy character I know? I just thought of Crash Bandicoot. I just imagined him... Well, for one thing, if you're hiding under a cardboard box, it doesn't matter if you're Snake or Crash Bandicoot. You could like hide in the box, get into the base, right, where all the genome soldiers are and everything, and then get out of it, and then just be going around and sending them all going off. And then if he dies, he's just like, whoa! And it would just be pretty good for him to be in a very mismatched game.
Well, I think that was a lot of fun for me to go through those lists with you. So we've got quite a few areas of crossover there, haven't we? Because we've both thought of the Deus Ex, we've both thought of Lara Croft, we've both thought of Metal Gear Solid,
it's quite a good
Tomb Raider,
good area, really,
Assassin's Creed.
We've
both done very different things with these, haven't we?
Yeah, we like a lot of similar games, but also a lot of different ones as well. So yeah,
I think the only sort of we've got absolute exact matchup is Mario in Resident Evil.
So who would have thought of that?
Oh, exactly. So one thing we've both found today is, quite randomly, we both want to torture an Italian plumber mentally.
Yeah. I've got nothing against Mario. It's just, it would be funny.
That's what I thought. I just thought it'd be hilarious to see that happen.
Yeah, sorry Mario. Sorry Luigi. I know you're going to have to like pay for psychiatry bills and stuff, I suppose.
Is all this part of your secret plan to get Princess Peach lonely and on the rebound?
It might be, yeah. I didn't really think of that actually, but maybe that was subconsciously what I was doing, like putting Mario into a mansion full of zombies. And I'll be like, I'll rescue you!
So those are our video game crossovers. If anybody's watching this, please make it happen. We'd like to know what you think, what you think of our crossovers, and what video game crossovers you would like to see.
This is like a detailed survey of two people of what the games market really wants to see in games. So really should make this happen. It could be a goldmine. People
want to see plumbers and zombies in the same thing.
Yeah.
This is it. Make it happen, folks.
Yep.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.